Well, good morning. I was out, got a bunch of anhydrous done. Now the anhydrous crew has taken over. That would be the little one and Grandma. She's a big fan of being in there. She's got her blanket and her pillow and all her things. So I noticed when I come out here with the old hot rod, the old alternator isn't alternating, so not the best, but I won't shut it off. So what we're gonna do, our ram is holding up, which is a win, but I did notice there was a leak on this one fitting here. Oh, boom, right there. So I'm gonna quickly loosen that off. I got the O-rings. I will change it, and then hopefully no more leaks. Well, good morning, beautiful morning, and we got a bunch of this oat land worked up, so she had to stop here last night. She was getting a little low on anhydrous anyways, but oddly enough, this bolt come loose a little bit here, and with the shaking, rattling, and rolling, it actually knocked this loose. So anyways, some anhydrous was spraying out of there. Kind of dangerous. Anhydrous ammonia is not the safest thing in the world. It definitely can mess you up. So you don't want to be goofing around with that. That's why they got the water kits and stuff on them. We exercise extreme caution around here with it. You just don't get near it, because holy moly, you can I guess it robs the water from you. So if you end up breathing in a bunch of the gas, you get I don't know if the word is asphyxiated. You can't breathe. I don't know if that's the word, but it's the word I'm going to use. If you get it on your skin, it burns you, I think, by sucking the water out. I'm not an expert on it because I don't play with the stuff. So anyways. I see I got another seal leaking on this cylinder. This one I'm not stressing about because it only drips once it's winged out. It's like a low pressure leak, so it actually doesn't drain much oil, just the odd drip. And then of course the dust sticks to it, so it looks bad. The ram here, look at that. That's the one we fixed yesterday, so that's good. Those O-rings held. A little bit of weeping on the one, but no big deal. So today, first thing we're gonna do here, Corey is actually in the yard fueling up Gus and putting some DEF in them. You need about 4 tanks of fuel to 1 tank of DEF. So it's actually not the end of the world. That tractor is not deleted, and I probably won't delete it until the DEF system starts to fail, and then I'll delete it. So if I don't sell the tractor by then. And we don't have much plans to sell the tractor either, but first thing I'm going to do, loosen this bolt off. Oh man, I never even brought a wrench. I'll have to use that pipe wrench, I guess. Okay, I'm loosening that bolt off. There's a bushing in here that I got to grind down. It's just too big because it has to swivel when you turn. So I'll grind that down, put it back together, and then I'll fire this tractor up. By then she should have that tractor fueled up and DEF'd up. We'll move it out of the way. We got to clean the little bit of, I finished barley yesterday. And we luckily enough, we only had a little bit left, so I just actually made an extra round, seeded it out instead of trying to find a place to put it. So all we got to do is sweep it out a little bit, blow it out, switch it over to oats. We're going to seed oats back onto this oat stubble. Couple of reasons. Yet again, it's the only land that's ready. Like, we are catching up to any land we can seed end to end. There's a draw there. That's why she's working that side of it and then this side of it, because there's actually water in there. So we probably won't seed through there this year. We do every other year. She said there's another wet spot down there that she almost got stuck in. That hopefully will be dry enough today because she worked it yesterday. The wind blew like crazy yesterday, so hopefully I can get into it. I'm also surprised at how actually like how much disturbance there is with just the knives. I mean, this almost looks like it was anhydrous with shovels, and just these little knives are kicking up all that dirt. So I'm really excited about it. I didn't know what to expect. I did think you would be able to see stubble almost, like you wouldn't really be able to tell where you were. It would be just a little darker. But when I was climbing around in the wheat over there and I could see it all popping up in rows, I was like, holy man, I just last year I had a bad feeling the whole time because I had my drill issues, pressurizing, seeding depth. It just went on and on and on with the issues I had, seed rate, blah, 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 everything. I mean, it turned out anyways, but, and with the drought, it didn't really matter. But this year, I feel, I don't know, at this point, I feel like things are going fairly well. Everything's been dialed in, been set. The seed bed or whatever looks as good as we've ever had it. So we're going to go with that. Let me get this busted off, grind that down, and go from there. Well, good evening. Not too sure what we had for content today. Probably not a lot, but we got 200 acres. Actually, this is a little over 200 acres. I don't know exactly how big that bush is, but this is a half section with a ton of bush right there. So call it 210. We got switched over to oats today. So this is all oats. It was oats last year, but yet again, terrible crop. It was even hard to swat. So we figured whatever. It wasn't ready. It had a wet spot. You can still see kind of over there. The ground's a little darker. There's a little patch there yet I couldn't get. So we wanted to get the wheat and the barley in first, and then the oats. It'd be nice to have them here too because it's right across from the yard. Easy hauling if it does make a crop and yield something. So I got to walk all the way back to the yard though because I'm done, as you can see. I don't understand this GPS. It seems to be counting more acres. This one bailed right out on me here. This thing is a piece of junk. But this area, it went from like 170, and then it was like, or 177, I can't remember what it said. And then it just, boom, went to 0. It said no more memory. And I don't know how to delete that out of there because that falls under task. And I don't even know. It's just junk, totally junk. So I hate it, never liked it. Tried to get a hold of the New Holland folks to try to get me a better one, or like one with a subscription. Or I've never in my life had a dealership not want to take your money. Like I asked them, I said, can you price me out the upgrade? And they're like, oh yeah, no, sure. And that was like a year and a half ago. They still haven't even got back to me. So they did get bought out. I know that, but still, this has been going on since we bought this tractor in about I think we bought this tractor in 2015. We've had nothing but GPS issues with it. So very unfortunate. I don't know. I think I'm going to look into getting rid of this altogether. If I can get everything that this does back onto that corner post. I think I said that in another video. I'm sure you could have bought this tractor without this. So if I can do that, I'll just get rid of this altogether, and I'll put a steering motor on here and get a John Deere system or something, because those are better. We got that in our sprayer, or even go back to a Trimble 500. That's what's in the other tractor, and that thing this year is driving perfectly straight, unbelievably straight. So I did have to buy a new globe for it. I just ordered one off of Amazon. I didn't actually know if it was going to work or not, but it worked. It didn't need to be updated or programmed or any of that jazz. So that was exciting. Also, it looks like it could rain a little bit. So I don't know what the sky's doing there. They got a little bit of rain in the forecast, 40%, 60% chance of 1 to 3 mils. So really nothing to write home about. But we could use a splash. I got out more this year so far to check depth than I ever did after my disaster last year and the drought and the dryness and all that stuff. I was like, nope, this year I'm checking. So I checked probably 20 times in this field already just to make sure that things looked all right. And I think it's as good as I can do. So the rest is going to be in the hands of the weatherman. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one.